Say I'm lying. There ain't no single fine man with no kids that got everything together that's looking for a single woman with no kids that got all her shit together. Say I'm lying. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Where you at? Let me see.
So this message is for the single ladies only. If you're not a single lady, scroll. Okay, y'all, single ladies. So you know how single ladies are always like, where do I find good looking available men? Apparently it's at physical therapy. I had foot surgery recently and I'm going to physical therapy. And what I noticed, I see mostly really fit, handsome, working, seemingly single, I don't see any rings on their finger, men at physical therapies. Now, I'm not telling you to hurt yourself, but I'm just saying, ask your doctor for a referral to physical therapy. Say you need to stretch or something, because you might find your husband at physical therapy, because there are some good looking available men at physical therapy. So try it out. Might meet your husband.
So now men can't even recover in peace. Men can't even recover in peace. And this is what I continue to say. Modern women, everywhere they go, they ruin the experience for men. They go into the gym, ruin it. Football games, ruin it. Bars, ruin it. Quite literally everywhere modern women go, they're ruining the experience for men. Oh, we're going to go to physical therapy. You're supposed to be in physical therapy so you can recover. Not come in there bothering folks. You don't have anything to offer. How do we know? Because you told us you didn't want to offer anything. The man should have that. Leave the men alone.
Single men should be eating 700 grams of protein a day and spending 5 to 6 hours a day in the gym. I mean, otherwise you're telling me you, an unwed male, are not trying to attract a future wife? You're not trying to bulk? That's not important to you? You want to stay single, huh? Become a spinster? It's unacceptable. Men need to settle down, otherwise they're no good for society.
Okay, y'all, let me tell you this quick story before I go into my meeting. So over the weekend, I went to a singles mixer. Girls, women, ladies, the only requirement that I had was the man be tall. Because I live in Texas, and for whatever reason, Texas is not pumping out a lot of tall men, right? So that was my only requirement. I get into the mixer. To my surprise, there was no man in there. Not a one. Not even a waiter. It was all of us beautiful ladies having the same conversation. Where are the men? Y'all told us that we was never going to be able to be in a relationship or find anybody to communicate with if we always stay in the house. So we decided, all 75 of us, to come out the house. And where we are? Where are y'all ever at? Because obviously we be going to the wrong places, right? Where? Y'all not at the supermarket like y'all said y'all was. Y'all not at the hardware store like you told us you would be. Y'all not in church. Y'all not at the cigar bar. Y'all, like, where are y'all? Let us know so that we can meet y'all where y'all are. Because obviously we are in the wrong place. And y'all definitely don't be going to no singles mixers. So what's happening, y'all? Please explain to us ladies who went outside this weekend only to find no men. I'm just saying.
Hot take, but once you actually make your own money, you realize that the only reason that you craved a man was because you were in survival mode and you wanted somebody to help you buy your food or buy your life or like, do activities that you couldn't do yourself. And then once you actually have money, you could pay people to do those same things. And you realize the only thing that a man causes is stress and dirt and beard trimmings in the sink. And I need somebody to tell me, like, if you actually are a woman with a brain and emotional intelligence and you crave deep connection, but you also were successful and have your own money, like, how did you find your man and where? Because I've looked everywhere and I don't even know what I'm looking for anymore. I think I'm looking for a third cat.
Hot take, you just exposed yourself as a leech. You just exposed yourself as a leech. I'm only using this man as a means to an end. Oh, he stresses me out. Basically, instead of me finding somebody and doing the work that I said I did, I decided I suck at life. So I'm going to find somebody else that's doing better than me at life. I'm going to leech off of them. And then when I get to where I'm relatively comfortable in the place that I want to be, then I'm going to turn around and start talking crap about them, even though they helped me to get to where I am today. I love it.
one more video of a girl talking about something. Why is all these girls show up to singles events and it ain't no men? It's 1,000 girls and it ain't no men. I'm like, have we not learned shit about the internet at this point in time? The internet has been out for so long and we've seen this so many times. What have we established, right?
Let's talk about it. Let's hear it.
Attractive dudes get. What does that mean? Do you think if you get, do you have to go to a singles event? I'll answer that for you. No.
Right.
Terrible dudes. What have we established? Terrible dudes always have a girlfriend, always have a wife.
Oh yeah.
Girls seem to like terrible dudes.
And multiple children. Right? Multiple children.
So therefore that eliminates the terrible dudes and that eliminates the desirable dudes, right? So that means the dudes that go to singles events, who left? All the that you didn't want. All the that couldn't get in real life, or they're not, or they're good dudes. But you ain't want them. You don't want good dudes. Hey, what you want? Because like I said, the terrible dudes always got girlfriend and wives. Who at the singles events? All the good dudes. And what do we establish on the internet? Girls don't like good dudes. So that's why it'd be 1,000 at a single event and like 10 dudes. And ain't none of, and all the girls say, well, ain't none of where the attractive ones at. The attractive ones is getting in real life. Or if they not getting, they at the house. Because they can get at the house. Desirable dudes don't have to go to singles events. It's only dudes that don't get in real life that gotta go to singles events. So therefore, and what that will say about the girls, and it's gonna hurt. What that's gonna say about the girls at the single events is the you wanted didn't want you. So that's why you're there. I'm sorry. That's mean. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. That's why it don't be a bunch of desirable dudes at single events, you know. I thought the internet would have taught us this by now, but maybe I gotta be the bad guy and say.
There you go. You guys heard it for yourself. Is he the bad guy? There is truth to that. I think, though, the focus here is, in reality, if a lot of those chicks were realistic about who they qualify for at those events and didn't all think they deserve top percent man or some mythical man, then they would actually find men at these events.
And we don't even know if those good dudes are or those bad dudes are married. them boys might be over there just, oh, you know, that's my old lady. Just living in the same house. They just living in the same house. She know what he got going on. She don't really care about it because he take care of a lot of the other stuff for her. So he can pretty much, you know, do whatever he want to do, talk to her sideways, not come home when he need to. That's sort of nonsense. And they try to get mad and say that all men are doing this. No, the man you chose is doing that.
Okay, so this might be one of the first comments that I completely agree with you on. Maybe like 95% agree with you on. Because I know you and I, we do not agree on a lot of things. I think that a singles event, now that I've gone, okay, I went because I wanted to do something that was out of my comfort zone. I went because it was something different and I wanted to experience it. But now that I've experienced it, I think you're right. The caliber and the status or class of guy that I am looking for is not going to be at a singles event. And I think that it showcased itself very well last night. I mean, it was a very mix of men and women that were at this event. But looking at the women and looking at myself, I was in a higher status than most of these women. And yes, I'm judging. You kind of have to in order to kind of gauge the room. And I don't think that this guy is going to actually text me, which is totally fine. But I don't think he is because I think Wingman associated the fact that I was really smart and intelligent, probably too pretty to be at this fucking event. And he recognized that I'm in a different class or caliber than the guy that I exchange numbers with. I don't say that egotistically. I say that as when you are in a conversation with me, if you've ever been in my lives, you will know that I'm quick-witted. I am able to finish conversations. I am able to know where you're going with the conversation before you start or stop the conversation. I'm already ahead of things. And having that quick wit, having the ability to do that kind of thing, there are people that can recognize it, and those people that can recognize it understand that that's because my brain processes things at a really quick pace. Most of the time, I'm right as well. And no, people get all bent out of shape because I say that, but 9 times out of 10, I am right. And that is irritating to a lot of men. And it's irritating because I can do that and a lot of men can't. It's not that I'm trying to outpace them, and it's not that I'm trying to say I'm smarter than you. In no way do I ever use words that would make me look like I am trying to prove something to another man. But in a conversation, it goes that way. Just because of that's who I am, that is my personality. And I'm not gonna dumb myself down to make men feel smarter or better. And so, yeah, the type of men that I need to meet are at a higher caliber. They're the men who are not going to be at singles events. I, again, enjoyed it. It was something that I had, I got to do on a Saturday night. I didn't hate it. So I may not do it again, but I had to experience it to know whether I would or would not do it again, and the type of people that do join in that kind of environment or event. So yeah, no, we're not going to do it again.
I do wonder, in listening to her talk, if a lot of these women are going to these events to kind of scope out the landscape. They're not really open. They just want to see what all of the women are talking about. A lot of these modern women are trend driven, so they're not really going to be open to a man. They're just going because a lot of women are talking about it, and I want to see what it's about. It's like, oh, everybody's tasting the chicken sandwich, I want to see what it's about. And they go to kind of look around, but not really to get approached. There was one woman that was talking about something to the effect of, why is a man approaching me right now? You're at a singles event, stupid. Yeah, I know it's at a singles event, but it kind of ruining the vibe. Us girls are making friends right now. Well, making friends is secondary. You're at a singles event, stupid.
But women be going through hell these days. And fellas, before you start tripping, just listen to what I'm saying first. Just listen to what I'm saying first. It's way more women than it is of men. So just imagine, you got way more women than it is of men. So technically, the pickings are slim to none. So a dude can pretty much do whatever the hell he want to do and have a lineup of women, because it's way more women than it is men. So just hear me out. So let me put this into perspective. Just imagine, fellas, if you had a shoe that you really wanted. Let's say it was a Jordan whatever. You wear a size 11. The only sizes they have available for you to wear is a 10 and a half, a 9, and an 8. What you gonna do? You gonna pick that 10 and a half. A 10 and a half ain't even what you wear, but you're gonna pick it because it's available. That's what women is dealing with. They picking men because they are available. They don't have the pick to choose, or they want to get the top quality men, but they can't get it. You know what I'm telling you why? Because there's a lot of men that's faking like they top quality, and they not. They faking like the shoe will literally fit, but it don't. Because they playing games. The game is so messed up because we are the minority. So it's way more of them than it is of us. So you got men out here that's taking full-fledged advantage of it. Full-fledged advantage of it. You got multiple men out here that got girlfriends, wives, and other side chicks on the side. And none of these women know what the hell is going on. And the ones that do, they don't care. Why? Because you sold them a lie to make them think that they was the one and you was leaving whoever the hell is that you was gonna leave. But you not. You ain't gonna do that. Let's just keep it real, bro. You're not leaving. You ain't going nowhere. You telling people whatever they want to hear so you can take full-fledged advantage and you can go to the buffet and eat whatever the hell is that you want until you get full, and the minute you get full, you discard them. That's why I say it's hard. Because you getting a lot of fools gold like that, and everybody trying to pretend like they gold. And they not. Let's just keep this 1,000. They not. If you tell your lady something, you gotta keep your word. Stand on what you're saying. A lot of people sitting around here just spewing out all these words, but they ain't damn having no actions behind it. They ain't doing nothing. They just talking. Yeah, girl, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But ain't nobody doing nothing. Ain't nobody doing nothing. And some of us got daughters, and we out here acting like this. The pickings are slim to none. So just imagine being a woman. Or let's flip it. Just imagine if you're a man, and we sitting out there, and the majority was us, and the women was the minority. It'd be a war, because everybody be going after the same woman. It will be an all-out war. You think it's a war in our... Nah, bro. Nah, it'll be ugly. I promise you it'll be ugly. So all I'm saying is this, man. If you're going to be a man, stand on it. Stick with what you got. Stop going out here playing with people's feelings, emotions, messing with people's finances, messing with people. Man, you got some dudes that will literally go out and destroy your marriage just because they can. And if you ain't married, they'll go out and just try to destroy your relationship just because they can. Why? Because, hey, bro, I'm just going to try to see if I can get it. And if I not get it, I'm out. That's why it ain't good to play in the hood. Stay out the field. Ladies, stay out the field. If you got somebody good, rock with them. Stay with them. Don't come out here in this field, man. Because there's a whole bunch of lies and deceit out here in this field, and a whole bunch of fake ass people that don't have your best interests at hand. Period, point blank. I'm not lying. Ask somebody.
So with these women and their discernment and them knowing how to read a man, how come they don't notice? With them being so much more superior and so much better than a man, how come they don't know this? Exactly. Number one. Number two, even with your example of trying on shoes, different brands, the size fits differently. They're not even trying different brands. They're going for the same brand. And they keep on telling you that brand don't fit. That brand does not fit. I want the guy that's this, and this. He don't fit you. Maybe try this guy over here. No, it's going to be too tight. I already know I can't fit that shoe. You haven't even tried the shoe. Yeah, I just know I don't even like the style of it. You haven't even seen the shoe. We haven't even taken the shoe out the box. Yeah, but I know from experience, I just don't like a Puma. You haven't even looked. Have you even heard of Puma? No, but if it ain't Nike, I don't want nothing else. That's where they are today. That's what we're dealing with today. Women that stick to only one type of man, one prototype of man. And then when that man don't fit them, well, I guess I'll just go barefoot. Okay. All right then.
That's because I'm not handsome. And I won't believe that I'm handsome, not until I get married and my wife tells me that I'm handsome. Because out of a billion people, she chose to marry me. Then I'll believe that I'm handsome. Because what are the words handsome, beautiful, gorgeous, or anything? Everybody has been told that, has been shown that there's somebody better. So in the meantime, I'm not handsome. I'm not anything. I'm just a plain, average, normal man. And one day, when I get married and my wife says that to me, I'll believe it.
So are all of y'all crazy or is it just a handful? Because it's a lot of these like type of comments in my last video. Well, it was like a few videos ago. And I just feel like rather stay single, it's peaceful, no games, like she's playing and you save money. It's giving stalker. Because how am I playing games? Because I don't want you popping up where I'm at and I don't even know you. Don't even know you. Like, never see you in person. You never see me in person. And we only been talking for 2 days. But I'm playing games. I'm playing safe. That's what I'm playing. It's some real crazies out here. And it looked like you one of them. And it looked like it's some of y'all riding this bandwagon too. Like, let me give y'all some advice. Do not be popping up on a woman that you just met and never even seen in person. Like, don't.
So this is what I don't understand. I get that you don't want somebody randomly popping up on you, but you're making it seem like you don't know the man. The man's got your phone number. Y'all have been talking. So you guys kind of know each other. Once again, I get it. Let's say that you don't know him as a complete stranger. I think it's really that you just didn't want to see him. That's what a lot of women are doing. They just don't, they want a man for a certain thing, And when he goes above and beyond, then it gets weird. Say, for instance, you say to a man, I'm going to this restaurant, this, and this. A lot of women will say, at that point in time, I'm expecting that man to send me some money so I can pay for it. But if the man says, I'll do you one better, I'll come pay for the dinner and we can sit and because you say you want a man to take initiative. I took initiative. I came up here. I said, man, I'll pay for the dinner and we can, sit up here and talk. We can get to know each other. We can connect. So you kind of kill two birds with one stone. No, I don't want that. The stone that I'm trying to kill, or the bird that I'm trying to kill, is getting money up out of you, paying for my dinner, and then never speaking to you again.
Yeah, one of the reasons why I feel like being single in this day and age is more benefiting itself is because, one, people is not who the fuck they claim to be, and sometimes you really got to go through shit to see the real them. You feel me? Like you not gonna get that the first day you meet somebody. It's not gonna happen, right? But it's like, why should you even put any type of effort into something that's so, what's the word I'm looking for? Something that's so easily disruptive nowadays. You feel me? Like, you can go on social media, you can see the person you have interest in being a hoe. You feel me? Like, you can have plans and a whole ideal life of how you want to treat this woman or how you want to just give her the world. But it's like, all she cares about is fucking dudes, going on trips for niggas and sucking niggas dry out the money and out the head. You feel me? Like, that's it. So it's like, at one point do you say, okay, I'm a mature man now, you feel? I want to settle down. I want to create a foundation. I want to marry me somebody that genuinely loves me for me. You feel me? Like, that's the type of mindset that I've been trying to run with. But it's like, nowadays, I get reminded why it's okay to be single, because you just can't trust them. You can't, bro. You can't. You feel me? Like, they out here fucking your friends, fucking your brothers, your daddies, shit, even your grandpa if he got a bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, that will make a woman do anything. You feel me? So I feel like it's just best for me to be single right now. No matter how much I try to entertain the idea of Lover Boy Sean, all this other shit, I'll just be reminding me why I shouldn't. You feel me? And I know it's good girls out here. I know it is. But why is it so fucking hard to find them? Why is it so hard to find a woman that genuinely fucking likes someone? You feel me? Like, she genuinely likes you. You feel me? Like, it feel like you have to give something every time you meet a motherfucker. It's like, if it's not money, it has to be, you know what I'm saying? Well, whatever. I'm pretty sure you get what I mean. But it's like, it's so transactional more than having organic interest into somebody. You feel me? So personally, I think that I might spend the rest of my life single, just because I don't want to say for sure that'll happen, because it's some potential, it's some potential out there, believe me. But it's like, I think I'm okay with not having to worry about somebody fucking my homies, or somebody fucking behind my back, or somebody lying to me, telling me I may be something that they low key dreaming of from another nigga. You feel me? I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to feel that heartbreak. You feel me? I don't know. I'm good.
And he said, at what point in time do you say, hey, hey, I don't want to go through this no more? And for a lot of men, they don't even have to go through it the first time. They see it happening on social media. They see women doing it like, they might go out to a bar or a club, or just out regular on the street and see a woman doing it, and that's enough for them. And that's what younger men are doing. I don't even have to get involved. I don't even have to go down that road. I see you doing something anywhere, whether you posted it on social media, and well, you never know that. I see my friends. I see my friends. I see women from my school that I'm around in my area doing this on social media. I know not to approach any one of them.
So you're not married?
Nope.
Ever been?
Nope.
Want to be?
Nope.
Don't you want a woman of your own?
What for?
Share your name, bear your children, be a companion.
They asked me to quit drinking, quit gambling, save my money, and to bitch about her aches and pains all day? No, thanks.
Must be a lonely life.
It's a great life.
Single men have a superpower that nobody likes to talk about. If you have no wife and no kids, no one's waiting at the door for you, you can go for broke. You can floor the accelerator. You can burn everything in your life down, rebrand tomorrow, move cities, sleep in your car. But when you add a wife, add kids, and add mouths, now your spine disappears. You don't chase the moon anymore. You guard your mortgage. Single men can go for broke because broke only wounds their own ego. Family men hesitate because being broke detonates your home like a grenade. So if you're still single and you're timid, you're holding the rarest leverage a man will ever get in his life, and you're using it as toilet paper. Some men would die for your freedom, and you treated your prime like a rental car.
Men, specifically single men, where am I going to meet you? Because I get comments all the time saying dating apps are not it and go out into the real world, but I'm not having luck in the real world either. So where in the real world am I going to meet you?
If a man is single for a long time, like 2 years, 3 years or more, it doesn't mean he's broken. Most of the time, it's wisdom keeping him steady. He knows what's worth his time and what isn't. He's learned the hard way that love without respect is just exhaustion wrapped in affection.
Some men jump quickly into relationships, but the wise man waits until the right one arrives.
His dating pool is small because he tolerates the least amount of nonsense from anyone.
He won't settle for someone who can't bring peace or help him grow while keeping his heart intact. He notices red flags early and refuses to repeat the same mistakes with different people. Instead of chasing attention or validation, he'd rather stand alone than compromise his soul. He knows his worth and will never trade real peace for temporary company or hollow love.
Stay single, fellas, because once you realize that relationship is always about her and her feelings and what you can provide, and she's not, doing anything for you, it's just not worth it. You're just wasting your time. She doesn't love you for you. She loves you for what you can provide for her. Always remember that.
Now, I don't know if I'm just speaking from experience, dog, but fellas, stay single, man. Once you realize that the relationship will always be about the woman and her emotions and how she feels within the relationship, you'll realize it's a waste of motherfucking time. This whole time you supposed to put her on a pedestal, but you will never get that reciprocation, gang. That's why they always say love for men is conditional, gang. You only love by what you can provide. The second you stop showing up, my nigga, so does the love.
Intentions of meeting somebody, and they just looked so sad that there was nobody there. And the demographic of girls, it was so wide. Like, you really had all ethnicities, you had all levels of attractiveness, all body types, shapes, sizes. Like, it was a wide variety of women, and all of them, every single one was saying this. Like, if it's just like one type of woman that's coming out saying like, oh, no, it's not worth it, then I kind of like, write that off a little, because I don't really know what she's looking for. But every single one, you telling me every single woman that comes out there, no matter what she looks like, she is coming out there saying, there is nobody in there, don't go inside. The men are not lonely enough. They are not lonely enough. Like, they want to sit inside and just...
All right, so I don't know what it is with TikTok lately, but I've been seeing a influx of all these videos hitting my timeline of singles event, men not showing up, and where are the men at the singles event? They're not fucking coming. They not coming. Now, this video was back in Valentine's Day. I just saw it because it popped up on my feed. And I said, I'm going to just use this video as a case study on, on why men are just not coming. Now, she stated in the video that the men that was at the event was unattractive. Some short, some were fat, some were bald. But I guess, Just your average guy that you see on the street was at the event. I don't know why they went. I guess they didn't really get the memo. But pretty much, it was just your average guy at the event. There was, I guess, no 6'5" Adonises walking around that they all thought was gonna show up. But ladies, y'all can't be this clueless. Y'all can't be this dense. Y'all can't be this like naive. Attractive men who can get women, men who got access to buns are not showing up to no singles event. Even if it is easy access to buns. You see what I'm saying? Like, well, why? Now, I'm not claiming I'm the most attractive dude out there. I ain't claiming I'm, no Michael B. Jordan. But I ain't ugly neither. I'm 6'5". You know what I mean? I've never in my life went to a singles event when I was single. I've never heard any of my friends say, hey, let's go to a singles event. Like, for what? When all you gotta do is just go to the club, swipe on Tinder, Black, POS, whatever it is. The buns is out there for the men who can get it. And I promise you, they're not going to be at no singles event. And then it's like, y'all all love to say the same shit. There was just so many beautiful women out there. I see so many. Ladies, I promise you, what y'all think is beautiful, men don't. When I step out my house, I see average women. There may be once in a blue, I may see an exceptionally fine woman. Exceptionally fine. Like, we are all fucking average. Most Americans are average. And the men that you see, the men that are in your space, that's your pool.
We just got to the festival and we're leaving. It's not good? No, totally. No.
Are these the bad bitches? The fine women that was at the event? Can't be. Now, if you ask me, those women were average. And not even, to be honest, a little below the average, if you ask me. And I guarantee you those same women was in the club like, there ain't no fine men in here. There ain't no fine. And then y'all always ask the same thing. Why there ain't no men? When y'all really mean, why there ain't no 6-foot fine niggas in here? They not gonna show up. Most men, the average man knows, and he's self-aware that the average woman is not gonna find him attractive. So the men that really, don't get women and who those events should be catering to or like targeting, they're not going to show up because they know the women are going to go there with this inflated ego and this inflated beauty in their head, thinking that they're something that they're really not, and believe that they're above their peers. So why would any average man want to show up to an event where the women are just going to look down on them?
And that's it. Maybe you're not going to really see drop dead gorgeous women like y'all keep on saying they are. Yeah, well, the women, they're baddies, they're this and that. No, they have makeup on. Y'all are not that cute. And it's okay. It's fine. But quit lying to yourself.
Okay, so this is probably unpopular opinion. Not probably. I'm sure it's unpopular opinion, and I might get some flack for this, but I see all these guys posting how they're in their early 30s, mid-30s, and they have no kids, they have a good job, and they're treating that as a flex to like shit on other people. Like, look at me, I'm a good candidate to be husband material or whatever. In my opinion, if you are single in your mid 30s and you don't have any kids and like whatever, that just tells me that you have commitment issues. That tells me that you chose to party for most of your adult life, that you most likely sleep around a lot. And you can just kind of tell by the guys that are posting this, right? They're trying to do it as a flex. So look at all these girls, they've all been ran through, they have kids, they, blah, blah, like whatever. To me, that shows that a girl can commit, or a person or whoever, and that they chose not to party, that they chose to settle down because they wanted to have a family. And it doesn't always work out, which is why a lot of us, myself, are in our 30s and now we're single and we have kids. It's because we chose not to sleep around. We chose not to go out and party
and do all those things, and we wanted to have a family. Things happen. But I don't think it's as big of a flex as guys think it is, that they are in their 30s and single with no kids, because that just shows me that you can't commit. If you haven't had a long-term relationship, and if you're out there going to the club and partying and sleeping around with women, that's not a flex. Ew, I'm too good for them. Like, no, it's the same. We have the same perspective on each other, because I think, ew, you don't know how to be in a relationship. You don't know how to commit. You've probably gone around your whole adult life partying and sleeping around. That's not cute either. And I understand that this is not the case for everybody, but you can tell the type of person that I'm talking about. I want to add that most of the time these are good-looking men. And from my perspective, that just means that you liked the attention more than settling down with one person. You would have rather had the attention of multiple girls. You're attention whore. It's Peter Pan syndrome. You know that you're good looking and girls give you attention. You would have rather had the attention of multiple people. You couldn't give that up because it made you feel better about yourself. And don't tell me, oh, I haven't found the right person. Yeah, because you're probably out partying. You're probably going out to the club and you're not finding relationship material at a club. Like I said, this is probably unpopular opinion, but that's just my take.
If he's in his 30s and he has a good job, he doesn't have any kids, that says to you that he's been partying this whole time? That wouldn't maybe cross your mind that he was working to build that up, and now he's bragging and boasting about his hard work and all of his hard work paying off? He's now bragging and boasting, maybe overdoing it, but he's boasting and he's bragging about his discipline for a number of years, 10 to 15. That's a red flag to you?
Sup, brothers? Hope everyone's doing well out there. It's a little bit later than usual. I had a lot going on this evening. But nonetheless, I wanted to turn the camera on to shoot the shit with you guys for a little while. And the title of this video is One Simple Reason Why So Many Men Are Leaving the Dating Game. And let me preface this by saying this isn't going to be a doomer video. None of my videos are doomer videos. Now, most people don't know that because they only watch the first half of the video. The second half is always advice. It's a proposed solution. So we're going to try to keep this positive, but we do have to talk about the facts nonetheless. All right, so let's get straight into it. Let's get to the cold, hard truth, the bitter pill to swallow. Men have seen behind the curtain. The jig is up. The facade that once was is no more. Now, what facade am I talking about? Now, let me start out by saying you're either a beggar or a chooser. You're one or the other. Okay, that's your place in the dating market. A beggar or a chooser. You're either a backup plan or a plan A, a number one option. And when you look at the opposite sex, and really whether you're a man or a woman, when you look at the opposite sex, you'll know collectively how they view you. Are you a primary number one option, or are you a backup plan? Do you get rejected? Do you get left on red? You know, do you have people canceling plans on you, not wanting to be with you? Do you find yourself chasing and begging? You're a backup plan. Okay, do people never say no to you? You know, do women always drop what they're doing to come see you? Do they hit you up asking you if they can come over to your place? Do they always respond back to your text messages? Well, you're a primary option. Okay, now why am I telling you guys this? There's a point to it. Okay.
The first one, based on research, is that men who are more likely to remain single tend to have poor social skills, or they are socially isolated. So the research used this word, and you can look at it, but it's very interesting because there's truth to it. There's data points. very small social networks, or some of them are even non-existent. So men who just don't correspond or correlate with anybody. Difficulty initiating or maintaining relationships. And a lot of this can be linked to shyness, social anxiety, or limited opportunities in meeting partners for the fear of rejection and not wanting to initiate. I think this is interesting because I very much strongly agree with this one, but I think that's a good thing. Obviously, I'm not a man, so I can't speak to it, and you guys are welcome to fill me in on your perspective, but that means it has nothing to do with him being, I mean, it probably does, but not as much, him being unattractive or him being not as financially competent. This is one of the biggest reasons, the fact that he's just not putting himself out there. I think that's great because it's very fixable. The next one is something that's a little bit more challenging to fix, but it can be fixed if needed, is men that have unstable socioeconomic status. I guess low would also count, but the research is a little bit more focused on the unstable. So unemployment or unstable work or in and out of jobs, some of it actually correlates with lower educational qualifications, but not all of it. Basically, the point of this is not necessarily low income, but more like lack of stable income, which I think you guys knew. I don't think we need to stick too much on this, but I'll touch on one more point, sub-point of this point. Marriage in general, especially in certain areas, is highly, the foundation of marriage is still built on men being providers, which is why this is occurring. The next one is men that have rigid standards or negative beliefs about relationships. Usually it's like unrealistic expectations of partners, but more often than not, part of that is also mixed with this kind of cynical or hostile view towards dating. And it's usually shaped from trauma or rejection. And this can almost lead to opting out of dating entirely. However, the man in of itself he's not opting out because of a mentally sound reason. Often he's opting out because he's felt rejected. And this is still okay. I shouldn't have said mentally sound, but I meant that he's doing it out of direct emotion instead of both emotion and logic. The next one is that actually there's research that men living in areas with, I guess, unfavorable gender ratios to which there are more men than they are ladies. There are regions that have significantly more men than women, where that makes it hard to get into a relationship with a lady because there's not many of them. Now, the next point I think is pretty interesting because it makes a lot of sense, and I think it's going to be triggering. So if anyone is triggered by, if you're easily triggered, I just say click off. Older men who have never been partnered have one of the lowest chances of having a relationship. So if a man remains single in his 40s and 50s, based on the research, the likelihood of him being single for the rest of his life greatly increases. And there's a couple reasons to this. He's in a pool where a lot of people are already married. Even if he tries to date somebody in her 20s and she's not married, whatever that situation is, right? There's a lot of differences between his lifestyle and his understanding of life and hers, and that in of itself can create issues. I have nothing against like an age gap relationship. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that it can be really challenging.
Something she said, I think to the effect of the society we live in is more so geared towards still the man providing, right? So his income has to be stable. You're like, whatever you're doing, your work, there really can't be a whole lot of instability there, which is funny because that is now allowing space for women to be unstable, which is what a lot of modern women are, which is what they happily embrace. That's the problem. I'm going to be unstable. I'm not going to be able to control my emotions on a regular basis. Be times I'm able to like kind of get with the program and not act so crazy. But you're gonna have to deal with me up and quitting a job if I don't feel like it's serving me. You're gonna have to deal with me not wanting to go back to work, even though we said I was gonna go back to work. You're gonna have to deal with me popping off and having an attitude at not only certain points in time during the month, but over the years. Even when you can't attribute it to a cycle or time of the month. It's just because I have an attitude. I have a bad attitude, and I've always thought, or I've always been told that I can act a certain way. And I'm going to continue to do that. And that's why you have men that say, you know what? I think I'm just going to go focus on myself. And when you're focusing on yourself, it's called, monk mode, I think is what it's called, where you just, an extreme focus, you block everything out, and you just, I'm worried about what I got going on right in front of me. And that's what a lot of men are doing nowadays. So that's why they have few to no friends at all. Because, if I'm not coming into contact with these guys, then I probably won't say anything to them. So again, it depends on where you live. Probably not going to say a whole bunch to them because I'm focused on trying to get there. And then I think when I get there, I'm going to be able to have more time for friends. But you're always, as a man, kind of working. So you kind of have to make friends along the way. You have to make connections along the way, if that makes any sense, right? But what society is kind of, trying to force men into is you got to be successful first, and then you make the connections. That's what a lot of men keep on complaining about. You're telling me I got to stay, with really no friends at all for about 10 to 15 years. Well, yeah, about 10, 15, 20 years, depending on. And then at that point in time, I can start having everything that I want. So a lot of them lock in and they grind. That's why you really don't see them, because you told them, hey, go get to work, and they're getting to work. And then once they get out there and they got all the work done and they see that, a lot of these modern women are trash. Oh, I'm not going to spend my money, my 10, 15, 20 years of work on that. Absolutely not.